Hi friends, this is Priyanka. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to use watercolors to make a beautiful painting. Our focus point is gonna be a tree, so I'm going to give it just the dark shade. I'm not going to color the leaves or the bark anyhow. I want to emphasize on the subtle background and then just the elements which are there. So to begin with, I'm making my background. So as you see here, I did start with a very pale shade of yellow. Now the idea is to have a seamless background. I'm going to I don't know what's going on today. Anyways, I am going to give a very seamless blend of the colors. So as you see, I started with just a bit of pigment at the beginning and added a lot of water. Then I kept on adding more and more of the color. Now I did start with yellow. However, I am gradually transitioning to a bit of orange, and then I will end it with red. Now these colors really go well together. If I was to add, I don't know, maybe yellow, pink, then red and blue or something of that sort, it would still blend as long as my paper is wet, but it won't be as precise or as seamless as it is right now. So you see, the colors will blend well as long as your paper is wet. So that is my technique. If you do accidentally add a lot of one particular color, no problems at all. Just have a clear brush, take some clear water and just go through those colors once again. Just try to smoothen it out, the difference between the two colors. Just keep moving your paintbrush, a wet paintbrush to be precise, just to and fro, and it will have a very subtle, seamless transition, I would say. If still it doesn't work for you, just take some clear water, clear paintbrush and just clean up the color. That is possible while your paper is wet. Once your paper dries, it has already absorbed the contact color. So if you are not happy with the result, you can just go over it with a fresh layer of colors. So it is still easy. So that's all about the background. I am going to now focus on the focus point of the painting. That's going to be all the shadows of the tree and the ground. I am using acrylics over here because I wanted the image of the tree and the leaves to be very sharp. With watercolors, usually whenever they are wet, it may look really bright, but once they dry out, it will definitely be a shade or two lighter than what you expected. So as you see in the background, my paper is somewhat dry, if not entirely, and it does give that seamless and very soft and subtle background. So I did add to the base of the paper just a pure coat of black acrylics, and then added some more with a fan brush to give the effect of grass. That is not really important, to use a fan brush. You can easily do it with just a normal brush. This particular painting can be just made with one paintbrush. I had a fan brush, so I did use it, but it's not really that important. You can just make simple strokes from a very thin paintbrush. Next came the tree. So again, as you saw the process of the tree, it is pretty simple. Just go with what you feel like. Now this particular paper, it's a A5 size paper, so my tree is just not that big. If you have a bigger canvas or really a bigger paper, you can have more branches. Just see what feels right to you. You don't really have to make the tree at an angle, but I thought this is just perfect given the size of my paper, and I'm using the landscape mode rather than a portrait mode. For the leaves as well, you can give it a hint of any other color that you you choose to. I really wanted the focus to be on the subtle background and just the tree and the leaves. You know how when you're looking really at a bright sun or something like that, you see just the black outlining if there is anything in the middle. So I just wanted that to be imitated, and henceforth this is how I came up with it. Now for the leaves, I tend to keep slightly bigger leaves, I would say, in the center of a branch, and the leaves which will be right at the end of the branch would be somewhat smaller, but it's not like you don't have to measure it. It's just how I feel, that the new leaves are first smaller and then they grow into the bigger leaves. So there is a lot of inspiration that you can take from nature, from things around you. Again, if you do make the leaves exactly the same size, I don't think it's gonna matter more, but your brain does catch on these small details unconsciously. So once my tree was done, I wanted to have 3 birds sitting on it, and I just tried to do it with this particular paintbrush, and I did struggle a bit, so I did end up changing my paintbrush. So this is the other thing, you are doing everything right when you're painting, correct? And still it doesn't sometimes work the way you want it to. So it's not necessary that your technique is wrong. It can be the paper, it can be the paintbrush, it can just be the colors, it can be a lot of things. So just experiment and see what you feel right, how what works for you. So this is pretty much it. You can introduce more animals. It can be a deer, it would look beautiful, or a giraffe would be awesome, I would think. This particular painting can be used for a greeting card, as a front page, or even at a flower pot. You can, as easily as on a paper, you can completely transfer this on a flower pot. In fact, if I do a tutorial on that, I will share a video, and that's an awesome idea. So anyways, so thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all your support. If you are new here, please do subscribe, and thank you again. I will see you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.